You're tuning in to Past Our Prime, a show powered by Squad Locker.
Let's be great. Let's be great.
Here are your hosts, retired Astros minor league star Tip Fairchild and former Patriots All-Pro center Dan Copen.
Go rock this thing, huh? Love you, man. Let's go get it.
The new Tip 3.0 or whatever. I mean, you said you ate one marshmallow for dinner.
That's what I had. It was a big marshmallow.
I would have taken a carrot or a piece of celery over.
We didn't have any in the fridge. There was a lot of fruit. I picked out some raspberries.
The marshmallow was the one you went for.
Yeah, my new thing though is to self-embarrass.
Oh,
myself.
that's a good
Is
way.
that it?
Self-deprecate?
Yes, that's what I'm looking for, Max.
All right, episode.
Yeah, go ahead.
Episode 69.
Episode 69.
I'm going to be polite.
PC.
Yeah,
okay,
we're going to be
good.
polite
Okay, we
right
can be
now.
a little polite.
And we have, powered by Squad Locker, we have David Andrews, the center for the New England Patriots, coming on the show. We're going back to football.
The Center Club. I like this.
We're
bringing on real people lately. We're bringing on some names.
Well, with Ward and McCabe and all the talk that we had with Ward
you
McCabe.
thought you already brought.
Just because you mentioned it, hey, Andrews would love this guy, and I think you were trying to set something up with him.
That's what I want to talk to him about.
Right. So
I'm excited to talk to him
all
about
the talk with Ward and McCabe made me believe it's like, oh, we've had Andrews on before.
No, I'm
All
excited. The Centers Club. That's what we should call this episode.
You
Max.
can just take care. You know what we should do?
Yeah.
That I noticed on podcasts. I love Max. This is in no way Max's fault. Mm-hmm. But I was trying to look back and okay, who have we had on?
Yeah.
Instead of making up names about something funny or whatever, one little line in the show, maybe we should have like who's been on that show, so it's easier to find.
Oh, it's on there.
Usually
Like
it's
Rogan
followed
does,
by
like-
with blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
Have you ever looked?
Yeah, I did. I looked the other day. It wasn't easily that found.
Well, because it's the
It's
title
it's
first.
It's in
and
the
then
description.
It says with.
It's in the description, though.
No, it's in the title.
It's in the
Is
title.
it in the title?
Thanks, Tim.
Title? Are you sure?
Well, if we didn't have a guest, then it's not in the title.
That's true.
Maybe.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can't put a guest if we don't have one.
That's true. All right. Like I said, Max, no way your fault, but
Can't be my fault if I'm doing it.
I will look harder next time.
We do have intern Lily is in today too. She's sitting in the corner. She's hiding, but we realized that she doesn't have any social media accounts. So I was expecting to bring her in and get us a whole bunch of followers and stuff, but. I think there's this new regime of the youth that like is kind of like, social media,
Really?
Like Facebook, is Facebook still a thing? Yeah, Facebook
Yeah,
isn't
but
even
it's
like a
new.
thing.
Like now it's TikTok. Now it's
Probably-
Instagram. Right? It's the
No,
new
I don't even
forms
think
of it.
I don't even think it's Instagram anymore. I think it's a lot of TikTok.
Maybe it's more Snapchat.
It could be that's how they message, and then they use TikTok for video and stuff. That's
Lily,
what I'm
is
guessing.
Snapchat still stuff that disappears? Yeah. So that's probably not good for parents.
That's probably yeah. That's probably not good.
That's not a good one.
I think it's TikTok. I think we might need a TikTok, Max, and we might need to start doing some of the dances and stuff.
That is just,
Can you imagine Dan?
Yeah.
No, I
That's
can't.
just not.
I
that's-
could picture
that's
some funny
That's
ones.
just not my personality. You have no problem with it.
I don't. Well, because I'm for the team.
Yeah.
Anything
okay.
that the team needs, I'm in for it.
Everything but
Yeah.
dancing and all that crap.
So we played golf with Hamill, which is great. Had him down to quid. So he's out there. He's on the hunt, looking to make some friends. That's what he told us. So we're excited. We'll play with him again probably this week. And that feels like a hangover thing. You know, what's the song they sing? We are the three best friends. And because we're gonna play a lot of golf this summer. I feel like.
What movie is that from?
Hangover.
It's Hangover.
We are the three best friends that
Yeah, what's his
anyone
name?
in the world. Something like
never-
that. Zach
It's the
Galifianakis.
guy.
Yeah,
it's-
Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah, it's the guy with
Yeah.
the two ferns or whatever.
Yes.
In between two ferns or something.
Yeah, he's great. So we haven't talked a ton of sports lately because we've had great guests, but there's some major sports going on right now. I've been doing a lot of betting. So are you watching any hockey or any basketball?
Hockey.
Well, I can't stop watching it.
I
I love watching playoff hockey. And I will say this, and this might be slightly high. 10 Bruins games a year during the season.
Fair.
I know if you're at a bar or whatever,
Yeah.
right? 10 Bruins games a year. But I tell you what, like when it comes to hockey, I was dialed into the Edmonton series last night. I'm watching Tampa Bay and Toronto. I'm watching like the whole game. Now, I am betting on all of them. So maybe that increases it a little bit, and I'm doing great, by the way. Overs are red hot. But do you sit down and you watch this right now?
Yes, when I can.
More so than just turning on
when
a show.
the Uber driving at night
Yep.
stops and I'm off the clock, then we'll throw it on.
Got it. Okay.
Bruins game. I mean, if a Bruins game
Yeah.
is on, we're watching that. I'll watch that at the rink on the phone with the YouTube TV, which is
nice.
a nice perk for YouTube TV.
Yeah, I got to cut the cord. I'm committed to cutting the cord in the next probably 2 weeks. June 1st.
I don't see a reason why wait 2
You've
weeks.
told me that for a long time. It's just I got to
makes
get on the
sense.
phone. I got to do the whole thing. I don't want to have like a. And I say this like it's a big deal. I don't want to have a delay in services. I don't care.
You don't need a delay. You can hook up the YouTube TV or whatever streaming thing you want right now.
Yeah,
get it going, and then it's just a call. Actually, you don't even have to call. You just take all your boxes to the cable company.
Just say, here you go.
Take them back to the store and be like,
Give me the high-speed internet
and you're
still.
done. That's all you do. You keep.
Do I have to have the phone line still?
Well, that's a personal choice.
We don't have the phone. It's not even. I mean, my phones have been off the hook.
I've got a
and dead
workaround for that
10 years.
too. If you want a house phone, I've got a workaround. Get Magic Jack.
Can I tell a funny phone story before we get into it today? We first buy the house. Okay. Set up the phone. Set up at Verizon. Do the whole thing. Okay, this is a good story.
We'll see.
Middle of the night, 3 a.m, hammering on the door. Boom, boom, boom. Open up. We're like, what in the heck is going on?
Let me go get my gun.
I go run. I peek outside. There's cop cars everywhere. I'm like, okay, like something's up. This is probably 6 months into owning the house, maybe 5 months in, maybe even less. Run downstairs. I open the door. Cops are like ready to roll with me, and they like look in. Like I open the door and they like kind of push it in, and like Tracy's coming down the stairs. We've both been asleep for 6 hours.
Yeah.
They're like, "Ma'am, are you okay?" I'm like, what the hell's going on here? So they like come in the house and they're like, we need to understand, are you all right? Like we've had 4 or 5 911 calls from this property.
Whoa, from your property.
From my house.
Okay.
So they're like, this is the number. I'm like, yep, that's it. I just blew up my address.
Now everybody knows where you live.
All right.
You have to beep that out, baby.
So then I go, this is like, no, like we don't even have a phone connected in the house. We did not have a phone connected in the house. We just had our cell phones. We had just set up Verizon and all this stuff. So I'm like, no, what's going on? Tracy's like, no, I'm fine. Like nothing's going on. We've been asleep for whatever. They start to be like, okay, something's up here. They check the whole property. They go around the house. And I'm like, what's like? How is it? How would they even? They're just doing their job. We met all the Warwick cops that night, which was great.
That's a good thing.
I call Verizon the next day. They leave. I call Verizon the next day. I'm like, hey, I don't know if you guys have any precedents for this, but like the cops woke us up in the middle of the night, like saying that they got all these 911 calls, and they're like, let's check into your phone records. I'm like, we don't have a phone in the house. They look it up. They're like, this number did call 911 last night a whole bunch of times in a row. I'm like, well, it wasn't us. We don't have a phone, so I don't know what to do. They're like, we'll give you $10 off a month. I'm like, well, that's not going to cut it. So Tracy's like, our information is going to be compromised, all this stuff. So then I'm like, can I just talk to one more person up just to see, like, what the deal is? Person comes on and is like, geez, this is like real. Yeah, like this called out. Like that shouldn't happen. I don't know what's going on. So I went from $10 off a month to a year for free. No bill.
Okay.
For a year. Once I started paying that bill after a year, that was brutal.
Oh yeah, it's a bad bill.
It hurt. But like I went for a year with a $250, $230 at that time probably credit per month.
Yeah.
$2,000, $3,000 almost.
They
Beautiful.
figure out who.
Yeah, I thought we were going to get to that part of the story.
Never got to the bottom.
That took a long way to get to.
I know.
Hey,
It's a good
the cable
story.
bill is
story.
large.
It's a good story.
So you never found out who.
Never got to the bottom.
Oh, okay. All right. Then now you've been paying for cable for a great
it's
story.
been 9 years. 9 years of cable.
Let's bring in. Bring in Andrews.
Let's bring him in.
Look at you.
Birds are
I've
chirping.
got some sun, Cove. You could use some.
I know I can.
Recording in
But
progress.
can you take your shirt off for this, please?
No, well, it is the 69th episode, right?
It is. It is. We have an intern in here, but you're still good to go. Whatever you want. I'm trying to be PG.
Yeah, oh yeah. You don't need to be PG. You're never PG.
Well, hey, if you say anything, we can. If you say anything stupid or if you want it out, just let us know and we'll take it out.
Perfect.
All right.
Okay. Take us in. Well, did you going to introduce me?
Oh yeah. Hey, this is Tip. By the way, Tip played Tip played for the Astros in the minor leagues for a few years. He never made it up.
He likes. That's his favorite part.
It is the best part of the introduction. Tip, David, and then Max is in the corner and Lily's in the corner over here too.
We got a full party.
All right.
Take us away.
One thing I got a couple buddies in the minors, man. That's the one good thing about football. You kind of like. How do you know when to ever give it up in baseball? You know.
There you go.
Well,
let's just start with that.
You asked me the question.
Let's just start with that.
You just learn that you eventually understand. Like, wow, I'm not that good, and you go. I probably can make more money selling insurance or doing something else, and then you just say, "Hey, okay, it's time. It's time." You've got it on the resume. It's always on the resume.
Why do I feel like selling insurance is just the typical athlete answer too? What are you going to do football? I don't know. Sell insurance.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not an insurance guy, which is lucky. I stayed in the athletic side, but still, it is a very typical answer, you're right? Selling insurance. Boy, I have a ton of buddies that became firemen. Tons.
Good job.
Great job. And they all do something else, too. Like, I know 4 or 5 guys that were my close friends. That's what they did.
Yep.
After they were like,
thank you to the firemen. But did you ever see those, like, the dinners? I mean, Andrews, that'd be right up your alley. The dinners that they make at the firehouse?
They cook it they have, like, chefs. Yeah. They're amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we went selling insurance, so, I mean, little introduction. David Andrews, starting center of the Patriots. How many years? Yeah, current. How many years now?
I'm going on 8.
Going on 8? Really?
Yeah.
God, you're old.
You must have. Do you have maybe the longest tenure?
No, there's got to be more people.
No way.
That have longer. I mean, I have 9, so 2 more years, and he's got me.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's what I'm saying. He's probably
Light
going to
was
pass
up
you.
there.
Well, Light wasn't. I'm talking.
We're talking.
Light was 11, right? But Hannah was there forever.
Yeah.
Hannah was there forever. Pete Brock was there for a long time. There was a lot of guys.
I asked this on the last episode. If there's like a centers club, do you guys have like a jacket you all have, or a medallion, or a coin? Do you have a coin that you all carry?
Just a bond.
We're just shorter and unathletic than everyone else.
Got it. You have like a callus right underneath the ass. You know, like everybody all has the same one. Is that true?
We are smarter than everybody else.
You guys do have a good brain.
That is true.
What about, I mean, speaking of selling insurance, and you mentioned that to Tip, you were one of those undrafted guys, right? What was your backup plan?
True, man. I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't really have one. I didn't have a degree. I still don't have a degree.
You should probably fix that.
Yeah. But I don't know. I had a guy, Matt Luke. He was the O-line coach at Duke and recruited me at Duke, and then went to Ole Miss and got promoted to the head coach at Ole Miss, and then ended up, he actually was at Georgia last year, but he called me when he went to Ole Miss and was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I was like, getting ready for the draft or whatever. And he was like, "You want to come be my GA?" I was like, no, I'm going to try this whole NFL thing. He's like, "All right, well, if it doesn't work out, give me a call." So that was like my only thing I thought about. I don't know. I really didn't have a backup plan, to be honest with you.
You haven't talked to him for 8 years.
No, I talked to him. I keep that door. I might want to coach one day. Who knows?
Yeah, that's true.
You seem like you would want to coach, right?
Yeah, I don't know what level I want. I mean.
Well, hey, let's first say you and Mackenzie just had Ford. Nice, beautiful baby boy. So your life has changed a lot this offseason.
Yes, it has. I don't know. It would be fun to be in the NFL because it's the highest level, but I've had family members coach in the NFL, and just the whole. Not many guys are there for like Scar coached for the Patriots for godly 30 years. Like, not many people are built like that just doesn't happen. It's 3 years here, 4 years here, a year here. I don't know. I just wouldn't want to do that to my family. So I don't know. I'd love to go coach high school and impact kids, and my high school coaches had a big impact on me, and I feel like that's kind of like the last purest level of the game,
Have you dealt with parents lately of kid athletes? It's a different scene now.
No, I've heard horror stories. I can only imagine.
Yeah, it's not fun.
I feel like that is, and I'm sure it's in football as well. But I feel like those horror stories are more related to, let's say, hockey, baseball, all those AAU teams, the club teams, the for-profit teams.
It's the pay to
like
play.
Football to me is still the same as it was when we were growing up. Like you play for your high school.
Yep.
You play in the league, whatever.
Yeah.
If it's private, public, doesn't matter.
There's not tons
of
You're not playing. You're not playing full year round. You play 3 months, and then you get to play other sports.
You play in the city, little league, whatever it is, the city or whatever. Some high schools I know will have little league teams. Like, I played in like the city league growing up. So like, I don't know. I think, but now they have like these things. Like, I don't know if you've seen them, Cope. They have like football, like FBU or something. And they play like in the spring and stuff.
Yeah,
like travel football.
We sell a lot of those clubs. Yeah,
I've seen.
University.
I've seen like the 7-on-7s. Like 7-on-7s getting big, but not like full team contact in the spring.
It seems to me like it's a lot of drills and like skill camp stuff rather than like full on like, hey, we're playing 4 quarters here today.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, nothing can be as crazy as baseball. I had buddies that played baseball in high school and college, and I just felt like they never stopped playing baseball year round.
It's all the time.
Fall ball, winter ball.
People are specializing too much. We talk about that on this show, I think, every episode about like, hey, did you specialize or not? So I guess that leads to the next question. And then I do have another one there to bring up.
God, yeah.
Did you play any other sports? Was it like, am I going to just be a center all
Look
day?
at him. He's a freaking athlete.
I have all your combine stats.
Take your shirt off, get some sun, and let's go.
I played baseball growing up. I wasn't a fan. My dad was more of a baseball guy, and I couldn't. He coached me really hard and was hard on me, and I could respond in football. I could not in baseball. I just couldn't answer. I couldn't figure it out. And so that just frustrated me. And I actually had a buddy that grew up with me that was from upstate New York. And he introduced me to lacrosse. And that really set my parents in a whirlwind. My dad's from South Alabama. My mom's from Birmingham. Like, lacrosse was a foreign sport.
Yeah,
the internet was like, there was no, like, you couldn't go to Sports Authority or Dick's Sporting Goods and buy lacrosse gear in Georgia at that time. Like, you're like calling Lax World magazine, like giving them the code of the product you want. It was wild. And my parents had no idea about the gear. I didn't really either. I just knew you could hit people. And so I started playing that in fourth, fifth grade, maybe.
Shit, you got on it early.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was so small in Georgia at first. And it's funny to see the transition of lacrosse in Georgia, because when I started playing, it was just football players looking for something to do rather than go run track, Yep. They were looking for another competitive sport, and that's what it was. We were just running around hitting people. To where now, you see the guys, and it's so big in high school now and stuff, and it's more, that finesse, agility type game. And but yeah, I did that, and then I wrestled in middle school, which I really enjoyed all of that. But I was always smaller, so when I got to high school, I did wrestling for a year, and I just couldn't keep weight on. And I knew if I wanted to play, I couldn't train. I couldn't do anything. I just was from going right in the end of football season, and then like the next day going to wrestling practice, and then going to lacrosse practice. It was just nonstop. So I just decided I wanted to focus on football. I knew I wasn't going to make a big wave anywhere else. So I really did that. And I was just trained every day. I had a great high school coaches that really helped me and really just put all my eggs in that basket.
Usually I call lacrosse players the baseball players that couldn't hit a fastball or couldn't catch. That's usually what it is, but I get it. It's the hitting thing. Totally understand that. Maybe we should pick up sport. Should we pick up wrestling, or should I pick up wrestling? I need to cut some weight.
No. It's that's a
Dan currently weighs less than me right now.
I grew up in an area where wrestling was big. I never did it, and you watch those kids go into practice. You watch them come out
suits.
Or cutting weight to make a weigh-in and all that shit. But I just was laughing. And can you picture him in a singlet?
No, I can't picture myself in a singlet right now at all.
Oh man, you're an offensive lineman. You can't wear that stuff.
I was the guy at the wrestling meet. Some guys would be like, one, I hated it too, because you would go to these meets on Saturday, right? And there maybe would be one heavyweight. So you would sit there from 7 a.m. to 4 o'clock and maybe wrestle once, or go to like a meet at a school and they don't have a heavyweight, but the coach is like, you still got to go. And it's like, dude, I could go like lift or do something like, more productive. Like, it's really not that big of a team sport. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
So that was also something that kind of turned me away from it, just because I would, go to these events and, maybe wrestle twice, but I was definitely the kid that like, they're like, Andrews, you're up. And like, quickly took off his sweatsuit, ran on the mat. I wasn't just parading around in my singlet,
Yeah, or like weigh-in was in the morning, and then he's like, I don't need to weigh anymore. I'm just going to get a Burger King deal.
You're like most of us. You're the guy who jumps in the pool and rips their shirt off right before they jump in.
and immediately grabs the towel right when you get out. And you grab the 2 towels. You put one down below, and then you throw one over your shoulders just to hide it.
Whatever you can cover up.
We know all the tricks.
So you've you basically not specialized, but you focused on football, and Georgia was your team.
Yeah, I grew up in Georgia.
Offered by some other schools, some pretty big schools, but you held out for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, it was the 2000s when like I really started to understand the game. Right, I was 8-10 years old, and that's when Georgia really hit their hot streak, going to SEC championships. Some really big games. So I just fell in love with it. There was a lot of popularity. My grandfather was a huge Georgia fan. My mom went to Auburn. My dad went to a little school in Birmingham. But my grandfather was just like a huge Georgia fan, and that was always a connection we had. And remember watching. We had a famous announcer named Larry Munson who did all the radio broadcasts, and can remember watching the games with my grandfather without the TV and just listening to Larry and on the radio. And I just always enjoyed it. And I had a couple offers, and within 2 days Georgia offered, and I kind of shut it down. That was all I wanted to go, and it was it. Maybe now looking back, maybe I should have did the whole recruiting thing, the official visits. That probably would have been a little bit more fun, but I was an hour and a half. So, and I knew people on the team. So I was trying to go any weekend I could to get up there.
Well, and Athens, a fairly fun city there.
Do you still go back? I mean, it's hard to go back. And I went to Boston College, right? So I was right down the road for 9 years. It was hard for me even to get back for those games. I can't imagine that, getting on a plane and getting down to Georgia is easy.
Yeah, it's just too hard. I've tried. I still be involved, as much as I can. Kirby Smart's asked me to do some stuff before for him, so anything like that, I'll try to do. And that's kind of. I wouldn't mind living in Athens, man. It's a great town.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much going on, just more than football. It's great music, food. It's a cool little town, and you're really not far from Atlanta. If that's my long con to go back and get my degree and maybe convince my wife to move to Athens. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm. Can we talk about hunting for a little bit?
Yeah.
That's your do you love that more than even football? Do you think?
No. I when I got to Georgia, did you start as a freshman, Cope?
No. Did you?
No, I didn't.
All right. Thank God.
The guy that was for me plays for the Titans. He's a good dude, Ben Jones.
Oh yeah, Ben.
He's a good dude. So he was there my senior year or my freshman year, and he was a senior.
Yeah, you weren't going to beat him out.
No. But so I was there, and I don't know. I wouldn't say I was homesick, but all my buddies were hunting and fishing every weekend. Even my buddies that played on the Georgia baseball team, they would, have the weekends off. So they're going to tailgates, or he'd go hunting. And that's what we would do. We'd play Friday nights in high school and then all take off and go hunting all weekend. And we love that. And a lot of my buddies are still doing that. And I miss that, because it was kind of the first time that football was like every day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Going to a hotel Friday night, Saturday all day game day, Sunday you're working out, it was just every day. And then so I was thinking about quitting and coming home, and called my dad. I was like, I don't know. And he was like, look, you can hunt till you're 80 years old to the day you die. You got about 4 years left to do this football thing. You might as well focus on it. So that was a huge kind of eye opener for me. So, that's kind of how I look at it now. I still get out as much as I can. getting up at 3 a.m. to go. My wife thinks I'm crazy, but I do love it. But football's always kind of been number one, and lucky enough now it's got to pay the bills. So
yeah, well, I do have a business proposition for you for this, because one of my best buddies growing up in high school is Warden McCabe on Northwoods Law up in Maine, on the Animal Planet show.
He's not currently on the show.
Currently on the show,
seasons,
but
whatever.
he was, became an LL Bean model and all this stuff after. He's got the whole thing. He told me, he came on the show, and he's told me it before. He sees all your Instagram. You're hunting all over the place, and we know you live up here. He's like, you come up there, it's anything you want. Anything goes. Turkey, you want to go on a moose hunt, you want to do whatever you want, he's got you covered. So that's available to you.
Unreal.
How is that a business proposition?
Well, no, actually, it's free for you. Is that a business proposition?
You said I've got a business proposition.
Maybe we can film it. We'll call it that. But he'll set you up whatever you want to do. You just need to set the time in whatever season it is.
Yeah,
you go up there and do whatever you want. Okay, we can set that up.
And now, having a
little one,
9-month-old, you realize too how much. Going to work all week and then being like, hey, I'm going hunting all weekend isn't the most favorite thing for the wife to hear on the weekends,
No, shit changes.
You got to put it on the calendar
quick.
I bet he doesn't understand how to use the calendar yet.
Actually, no, I don't think the calendar applies to like 9-month-olds.
Oh, you're right.
It really does.
So the move now is you put it on the calendar months in advance, and then it's there, and you can say, "Hey, I had this on the calendar all along." And
doesn't work.
It works a lot of times. You just make sure that you schedule it.
Not in the off season for him. When he's during the year, he's gone enough.
Yeah,
I got to start using the calendar thing more, man. I literally almost forgot about this today. Thankfully you texted me, Cope. Joe Andruzzi the other night, I agreed to do an event for him, and he's like, hey, I'll see you tonight. All good? And I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, oh, God. Yeah, Joe, like, I'll be there. Don't worry about it. But, like, I was so bad now. And what made it worse is COVID, because COVID, there was nothing.
You had nothing ever planned.
So for like 2 years, we're like, oh, it's just a Zoom meeting. Yeah, whatever. Like, I'll get the alert. Like, Then the whole event thing and actually doing stuff again has been a wild change.
Yeah, I had to teach Dan how to use email.
He seems like a homebody. Like he just wants to be home or in the woods.
He's lounging right. I can't even tell us if he's on a couch just laying on the back deck.
Yeah,
I like home a lot. I like home a lot. I like just being. You can do whatever you want.
Mm-hmm. We hear you.
What about, all right, so you mentioned your high school coaches and all that stuff giving you a great foundation. I'm sure you had great coaches at Georgia and all that stuff, but we had the same coach. Yeah. Dante Scarnecchia, one of the greatest assistant NFL coaches, one of the greatest coaches that I've been around, and I've been around a few of them, but just the way he was, and I've said this before, able to communicate and get his point across, and the way he worked you, I credit my career so much to him. Where are you on that thought?
Yeah. I came in, I started 11 games my rookie year, had a different coach. And then I got benched and, just kind of on and off the rest of the year. And so I really didn't know where I was going to go into that next season. I just didn't really know much about the NFL, and, rookie, just finished my rookie year and still trying to figure the whole thing out. And he came back that year, and I think I just really flourished as a player, and it just laid such a great ground on how I see the game and how things should be done. And I mean, I don't know if we'd be sitting here today talking, if it wasn't for Scar, for probably both of us. So
true.
At the end of the day, a coach is a teacher, you know what I mean? And I think the way you said, the way he was able to communicate with us, it took a while to kind of understand he was just trying to get the best out of you. I think he was on your side, even though it might have not felt like it when he was doing some of it. But, he was just so good at communicating clearly to us, and he's the best. And, I hear the stories of what you guys did to him. I couldn't.
Yeah, you guys were a bunch of pansies with him. You guys never messed with him at all.
No, are you kidding me? You guys are psychopaths.
No way. I mean, in that locker room, it's kind of like sacred, right? You're allowed to go after one another, and if you're not going to go after the head guy, that's not how that room operates.
Hey, I'll go after anyone. We walked in the first day and Star was telling us about some Marine training about how they choked people out and killed them. I was like,
yeah, he told us that too.
I was like, whoa. It's just like so funny. I love the pictures of Scar like coaching us or like, running around on film because he's running, right? And he's so small and he's so little and it's just giant people. And you can see him like standing there and you just can imagine what he's telling this guy that could pick him up and just break him across his leg. It's so funny to see, but God, he could get everyone moving when he had to.
He was either a nose tackle or a center too. I think he was a defensive lineman or a center in high school, or I don't know if he played after high school or something like that. He went to a community college, but he was one of those guys that's going to bite your ankles.
Yeah. Bill was a center, wasn't he?
I believe so.
Bunch of smart guys play center.
That's what
we're learning today.
You don't have to be the biggest. You don't have to be the most athletic. You need to be smart. You need to be technique and fundamentally sound.
Remember we went to the PC Villanova basketball game? You and I did?
Yes.
This winter. There was a rumor that you were going to be there with Mac Jones. You guys didn't end up going, or were you hiding somewhere?
Me and Mackenzie one year during football season went down like a Friday night. We'll try to go out, have dinner. And we literally didn't have a reservation. So we just drove down to the Capitol Grill in Providence and we'll just go sit in the bar and have dinner real quick and dip out. And there was tons of people in there going to the Providence game. Mm-hmm. This was like a couple of years ago. And then I literally was just kind of listening to the radio or just had the news on or something and had no idea that Providence basketball was like unreal.
Yeah.
And
nasty this year.
Bryant College this year. Like,
yep.
But yeah, I was going to try to go and I had something that night though we had another event or something we were going to, so I couldn't make it.
It was big rumors in the arena that you were there hiding somewhere.
I tweeted about like Providence basketball and they were like, come down, we'd love to host you. I ended up the game. There was like, I think it was a Wednesday night and I had something we were doing.
Dan and I get tickets. They're usually in the nosebleeds.
Forever.
But by the way, not a bad seat in that house. And they are excellent. And it's the coolest place to play ever right now because the place rocks. It is loud.
It is loud. And they had a great season. Obviously, it's better when they're winning.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah.
Providence College.
It's up on...
Right on the hill, not right beside the arena, but right there on the hill. It's kind of
on the other side, the other side of the street from the dunk.
Yeah.
So like the what's the Italian where all the
Federal Hill?
Federal Hill.
Yeah, a little further up.
Yeah, up above there.
Yep. Do you have a favorite spot to eat in Providence? It sounds like you may frequent down there.
Yeah, I have a couple. I love 10 Prime. It's like a sushi steakhouse place.
Great spot.
I love that place. Love Camille's.
Great.
I love there's like a seafood restaurant on Federal Hill, Providence Oyster Company maybe, or
Providence
something.
Oyster Bar. Yep, great spot. They're opening one up in East Greenwich now.
That's open, by the way.
And then when COVID was there, they were doing the street stuff, and that was cool.
Very cool. Yep.
I like those two places. Love.
Have you been to El Forno yet?
Yes, me and Mackenzie just went back there. I didn't know they started taking reservations. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah,
did you know that? I thought it was a.
And then there's the other one that we went to.
El Forno. The only problem with the El Forno is especially you at your size, you have to be careful of those chairs. They're a little rickety.
Last time we went, we sat at the bar and ate. We didn't have a reservation. And
you were probably there with my nephew.
We got down there at like 5:30 and we're home by 7:30. It was great.
It's the way to do it. Have you been to a water fire? Have you been down to a water fire down there in Providence? That's a spot. I haven't. They light the fires on the water.
Right by Capitol.
Do you ever go there?
I have never been to a water fire.
It's super cool. Yeah. Busy.
Never been.
They're starting to do them this year. Maybe he comes down to one. We'll go to Capitol Grill.
You can film
one of the spots.
You can film it.
We'll film it. Yeah, exactly. Or not. What about this new? So we're talking about after football.
Do you follow the draft at all? Do you care? Because as a player, I never cared. But now it's I like to watch it now because it's fun to watch. It's an event. It wasn't like that back then.
I will say, I went down. They had the thing in Nashville, and I got to go down and do that. And here, let me see if this will help.
It's a nice beard. He's got a nice beard going on right now.
It's a good one. Yep. Oh,
so we went down to Nashville for like a weekend of the draft, and that was an awesome event. They did a really good job of that. I thought it was really cool. Obviously a great money maker for the NFL. But that was awesome. And then we did, I don't follow it. I mean, how many 5-stars did you see come in? Well, maybe, I don't know, at BC, but like,
yeah.
How many people came into your school and was like, this is going to be the next Lawrence Taylor and never play?
Yep.
And how many does that happen in the draft every year? And then there's obviously some that, come in and they're who they say they are, and they are those players. But I don't know. I think it's just so 6-1 half dozen. I mean, keep up with it, but not really.
Yep. So you don't care who they bring in. Doesn't matter to you at this point.
I mean, it doesn't really matter. Matters when they get here. Like matters in training camp and OTAs and all that. Like, are you trying and doing? You putting forth the effort, or you just kind of, being here and just happy to be here.
What if it's a guy that plays your position? Kind of like this year. I mean, like but you got a position where there's multiple guys, so it's a little different, but not necessarily.
They're going to bring in. I found every year they're going to bring in somebody. Free agent.
Yeah.
Free agent, undrafted free agent, drafted kid. I mean, my second year we drafted Ted Karras, and that was all. It was either going to be me or him. It wasn't like I was making a lot of money and was going to make the team or not. Like, and Ted ended up, just had a great career too. And, that's just how it is, man. It's just part of this business. There's no sacred people, I mean.
Scar, there's no sacred cows in this locker room.
No, drafted a quarterback this year and took one of the first. It's just how it is. Like,
what about does it make you appreciate your journey even more coming from that undrafted status and saying, look at how hard it is to make an NFL team? Obviously, a first, second, third rounder, probably guaranteed a spot. I've seen a couple third rounders get cut, which doesn't happen very often.
Yeah,
but those guys, maybe they get cut, but they're gonna get another shot somewhere else. Undrafted. The odds of that happening, and there's a lot of them have been on the Patriots and they're on other teams. So it really doesn't matter, like you said, what you do before you get here. It's what you do when you get here. But you got there, you made it. That's a hell of a story.
Yeah, I mean, definitely wish I would have gotten drafted. That would have been cool, right? But I wouldn't change my story. I think it's cool, it's interesting. I think it can maybe there's a kid somewhere, trying to go through it, or 10 years later I can, whatever. Right. It's funny to me. Sometimes guys will come in and older players, and they'll be like, so what were you drafted like the second round or something? Like, what? No, I was undrafted, dude. Mm-hmm. And, it's funny that, but then you're also bitter. You're always going to be bitter, right?
Yeah.
There's always that. And it's funny. Bill came and worked me out when I was in college, and he literally looked me in the face and was like, "We're not drafting you."
Thanks, Bill. Thanks for coming down. Why the fuck are you here?
Yeah. Thanks, appreciate it. So
I like that. Get you pissed off, and it gets you fired up. So when he's there, you get the chip on your shoulder the whole time. I like that.
Yeah, it was some kind of chip, I guess, but I mean, it's an awesome story, but always in the back of your mind, you think you're always indispensable no matter what, because you're a free agent.
What do you think about this deal after sports, right? That 12 just signed for 10 years.
Do you need any more? When is it enough?
10 year, $375 million, making more than the whole career.
Yeah.
For the work after football.
I mean, that's so much money.
It's it's hard to comprehend.
Yeah. I did not see that coming either. I thought he might ride off into the sunset and maybe not be that present in in the football world. But I mean, he's going to be dead center now.
It's funny. It's funny too because it's like, I'm sure he'll be good at it, right? But it's not like, he did it. Like, Tom Brady's going to sign a $20 million deal to call 3 games this year. Mm-hmm. and then it's like, oh, next year he signed this. Like, he's never done it before, and they're just like, yeah, we're doing the $375 million. Here you go.
Crazy, right? Like, and you know what he's going to be good at? He's going to like study. He's going to be into it, I think, just as much as anything else. Do you think so or not? Or do you think he's just going to pick it up on Sunday morning and be like, I got this game, no problem?
I think, just, God, it's a lot of money. You know, they're just like, I can't believe it.
Yeah.
But David,
I would have loved just to been the agent.
Like how much? Yeah, no shit. Hey, by the way, afterwards we're going to make more than you made playing. No problems there. But just knowing the guy, and David probably can talk to this. He doesn't let himself fail, and he doesn't let his teammates fail. So whatever he has to put in to do a great job and be the best at it, I feel he's going to do that, and he's going to do that through media people now and doing classes or talking to them, going through practice games and all that shit. I think he's going to be great at it. I wouldn't have picked it. I wouldn't have said, yep, that's what he's going to do right away.
The suits he's going to have on are going to be amazing.
I thought he would have done something a little bit more like, that he could, control like the whole podcast thing or like a show thing, versus, you're exactly right. He's not going to fail. Like, he's going to work too hard at it to not fail.
Yep.
I would have put him in the front office. I would put him in.
That's what I thought.
I would have put him as a part owner.
That's like
and gone.
I thought
that
this
role,
was going to be a Jeter thing.
The whole point of like retiring to spend more time with your family. No, he's not going to be home during the weekends anymore.
No, he's going to be working his butt off.
His career is going to continue during that season.
That's why I wonder.
Obviously, he gets the off season, and it's probably going to be a phenomenal off season.
Yeah,
but I just wouldn't have picked.
My thing is 10 years too. That's a long time.
Long time.
Yeah, but if they're going to throw 10 years, $375 million, are you going to take that, Dave? Does that sound good to you?
I don't know if I'd take it.
But also sitting on the beach drinking a beer sounds not bad to me either every day.
Yeah, but you can do that in the 6 months that you have off.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I look at it more like 10-year, $375 million, or you just do 1 year for $37 million. And call it a day.
I'm good there. Right? Yeah, I'll just do it.
I'm good there too.
That's it. Like, give me 1 year of work for $37.5. I'm out.
Give me 16 games. Give me the playoffs. Make sure Fox has a Super Bowl that year. We'll do it for 37 and a half.
Just work your butt off for a year and then be like, that was great. And then just be asked to come back and do it for $60 million the next year. Nope, sorry, I'm done.
Yep,
I'm not doing it anymore. Okay.
All right.
I've got some this or that.
All right. Let's. Hey, how is Mac? As
good question.
While we got you here, you go from Brady to Cam Newton, and I'm not saying anything bad about Cam Newton. I heard he was a great locker room guy, but that's got to be a huge difference in a person leading the team, understanding maybe the offense, especially he had a reduced year because of COVID, right? Yeah. So how is it going from Brady to Mac or to Cam Newton, and then now bringing in Mac as a rookie, and where do you see him going?
Yeah, I think, it was a very different year. The COVID year was just, it took everything you loved about football. COVID, what do you miss about football? The locker room, right? Like, you don't miss anything else. And so it literally destroyed that locker room. It destroyed everything about it. Even the workouts, right? Like, yeah, you might not love going in there squatting a bunch of weight, but it's fun to go in there and compete. And, BS around and talk trash to people in the weight room. That's fun. They couldn't do that. Like,
no games in the locker room. No backgammon.
No, you couldn't hang out in the locker room. No dining room. Like, how much did you guys love as offensive line going and sitting there and eating together? Like, hey, we're going to eat. Like, that was. Like on Fridays, I always look forward to that, going in there as offense line and the day's over and eating. And
I look forward to it every day.
Every single day.
There was nothing, there was nothing we could do. Like, we couldn't watch film together like that. We watched film together as O-line on Wednesday afternoon. None of that.
Yep.
So it just took away. That was just a terror. Like, the whole year you were just literally going to practice. Some days I would literally be at home doing meetings, drive to the stadium, go practice, drive home, do more meetings.
Right.
And
then you got no fans.
No fans. It was just, they took everything you loved away from the game. And Cam came in and did the best he could in the situation. And I think, we had a lot of ups and downs, and it was a learning curve for a lot of us. And,
Sure.
Training camp, that was 3 weeks, basically, it was just a mess. And, but Mac's come in, he's done a great job. I think it's been fun for me to kind of be the veteran and see a rookie and the way he likes to do things. And that's been fun to, kind of be like, hey, like we put a towel in our butt so you don't get, kind of like pass that on to him or, things like that. And so,
and by the way, I didn't wipe today.
Yeah. One of Dad's favorite stories is talking about who's the guy that cut the bottom out of his thing,
O'Hara,
and he just
O'Hara
he put his hands in and just grabbed his balls.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever told you that one. Did you ever hear that about
O'Hara? Noel told me that.
Yeah, Noel probably told you that one. That one's phenomenal.
Yeah, that's a good story.
Just a little nut drop on your hand.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's been great to work with, man, and he's super smart. I try to get him to loosen up a little bit, got to have some fun every now and then. But he works his butt off, man. I can't say enough about him. So I'm excited to kind of, see what he can do this year.
Who's a better athlete, Brady or him?
Oh man,
come on. You've seen them both.
Neither.
This should be an easy answer.
I'll say because I've seen Mac at a younger age, so I'll say Mac because when I was getting there, watching Tom run, it was like watching a giraffe.
I actually think he's got more athletic as time's gone on.
Some baskets.
I think you've seen the best out of Tom. So I mean, I think what you've seen.
You think he was more athletic when I was with him than with you?
Yeah.
I agree.
I think he is.
I agree.
I don't see that much of a drop off of what he does in the pocket and outside. He doesn't run that very often.
The way he moves in the pocket is like to step that, like how he does that is really impressive. His movement in the pocket. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. Are you saying the way he throws the football or
no? I think his arm's gotten better too.
Everything about him is better.
Tip loves Tommy, by the way.
I'm from New England.
Loves him.
Who didn't?
Your childhood got crushed a few months ago.
I was a sophomore in high school when he was.
Just do me a favor. When you decide to retire, don't come back a month later because I'll say a bunch of nice shit about you. I'm not going to say it again. All right?
Yeah.
Everybody, that retirement tour for a month was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was.
I think when I'm done, I'm done. I'm off into the sunset.
And now, by the way, now that I know you have a 10-year, $375 million deal lined up, we're not going to talk nice. You're going right into your next career.
Yeah, and I'm also not paying for anything.
Never again. Hey, he'll vouch for this. You very rarely pay for something with Tommy, which is a good quarterback.
Yes. And then I've heard, we've heard just from the news that Mac is pretty nice too on this. Well, wasn't it like Bitcoin or something? Was it a Bitcoin thing?
Yeah, he gave us Bitcoin for Christmas. Yeah. On draft night, I had a draft event I had to go to, but I think he has like a hibachi chef, like this guy that comes to your house and does like the hibachi stuff, which I think that's a great business plan.
Yeah, hibachi. You got to get the griddle. You got to get the Blackstone, one of those.
I know, but that's all you have to have is the Blackstone and propane.
That's it,
and then just the food.
So I do it all the time. You know what's amazing? You do breakfast. You do like eggs. You actually feel like a hibachi chef on that thing, chopping them up.
Or
you do like the
or
Philly
just a regular diner, right? Because they all got the griddles.
Yeah. Oh, those things are.
You get the long spatulas and you start going to town.
You get the whole kit.
Let's just talk about food.
It was an unbelievable deal getting that griddle with the Blackstone. I got it out I got rid of all grills. I just use that. It's amazing. You get the cap thing.
If I got another grill, I think my wife would maybe leave me. I've got 4 right now.
How many do you have?
4.
Why do you need 4?
Well, you just need versatility. Right? I have a gas grill that's just easy to cook on.
Mm-hmm.
Then I have
charcoal.
I got my 2 Kamado Joes, which are like big green eggs, and they can do everything. I smoke on those a lot. And then I bought a Traeger for the O-line gift maybe 2 years ago, and I didn't like any of the gifts, so I just stole my own gift.
That's the perfect idea.
So then I have a Traeger too. So
you need the breakfast option though. and like the hibachi rice option. So you need that flat griddle. We're gonna figure this out for him. We might just drop one off
I
at your
might get
house.
one for the beach house this year.
Oh, they're so great.
Yeah.
If we get one, we'll get two. We'll just drop. We'll say it was.
wonder if I can get an
It was part of the
insert.
podcast. Like it was a part of a gift. We'll just drive it up and
I wonder if
leave
it's
it right there.
If I can get an insert for my regular grill at
can.
home and just throw it on top.
A lot of people, you don't even put the legs on them. You just set it up underneath on your like if you have like
Yeah,
an outdoor
like-
kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just like my buddy built his in like he stacked like stone, and then he had he's got like not a huge one. His is like a square. It's not like a huge long rectangular.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to build it.
I got the 30. Mine's 36 inches, so 3 feet. Right. It's good. You can cook a lot of shit on that. And then you got all the tools.
That explains a lot.
Yeah, it does explain a lot. You got all the cool tools where you clean it, like you're at a hibachi grill, and they got the rag, and I tried doing the onion one time, like you do the onion, the volcano.
The volcano.
It's tough to do, because I don't have I'm not good with knives and shit.
Oh.
So they do.
You need to
it's
learn.
a tough job.
You need to learn.
Yeah, it's fun. I knock it on the thing though and try to flip it up,
Do the
throw the
socket.
shrimp up, do that thing. I'll send you a video. I got
All right.
it.
Get it going. All right. You guys are back. How's the off season been so far?
Yeah, it's good. Were you there when you guys would start in March?
Yes.
That's brutal.
Well,
March?
You could also thank us because in 2011 with the CBA, we got 2 weeks. We got 2 weeks taken off of our off-season program, gave up millions of dollars. So, you're welcome.
No, I mean it's been good. There's different phases. We have phase one. There's certain rules we can do. Really, it's just conditioning and lifting and meetings. And now we're kind of out there doing football drills, but there's no helmets, and it's just really the offense serving the offense and defense doing the defense. So things will pick up here. Not next week, so 2 weeks we'll start OTAs, which is more of the traditional spring practice. Offense versus defense type thing. So, we got a lot of guys returning. I think the rookies come in this weekend. Mm-hmm. They got a rookie mini camp, so then they'll join us next week. But which is wild to me. I can't believe the rookies have a shorter offseason than the vets. But it seems like a disservice. But
most of them are trying to finish up and get their degrees, which you didn't do.
I mean,
That's the worst. I did that, and I don't remember much about any of those classes. It took me 4 years to do 2 semesters too.
No, you got it done.
I got it done. I did get it done. I do have a quick this or that for a couple things here, and then Max, you have something? You have a game for us?
We can try it. We can try
All right. Shirts on or off at the parades?
Oh,
off.
Pop them off, right?
Yeah, why not?
Absolutely. I saw there's a couple great pictures of you for that. You got a lot longer hair. Is the hair coming back right now?
the mullet.
I don't know. I kind of like it short at times because I don't have to wear a hat 24/7. Mm-hmm. And I don't, when I have long hair, I don't style it. I just usually throw it under a hat. So
yep.
I don't know. We'll see.
Okay. All right. Now this could be another answer too. Bud Light or Miller Light?
Ooh.
Or is it Coors Light?
I'm gonna say Bud Light, but I do love you know what I love of Miller Light? Those 16-ounce cans with the screw-on lid. I love those things.
Yeah, but we're more High Life guys now. We started drinking High Lifes. Oof.
I have a thing of High Life down in the basement.
There you go.
Those are good.
We're gonna have to break those out. Do you play golf?
Those are good.
You need to play golf with us.
Copen, you saw me play golf that one weekend.
Yeah, but
and how bad
you can
was.
bring the High Lifes. That's all we need.
Yeah. Well, we could just go. We'll go. We don't really hunt that much, but we could go kill something.
I'll
I'll go drink and watch you kill something.
We'll take a camera.
Yeah.
We'll be like the camera. Yeah. That's it. All right. Athens, Georgia, or Boston, Mass. Where do you want to go out and eat?
So am I picking one or the other?
Yeah. Food, cuisine, night. You got a night. You got a night on the town.
No explanation. You just got to let it fly.
Athens.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Still plays in New England.
Yeah, I agree. I mean,
I'm
when
here
have you
right
gone
now.
out to eat in
I'm here.
Athens?
no, I've been there a bunch. I used to go down there all the time. It's
What, on the bus?
Not on the bus. Not on the bus. No, this is actually for work. It is a very cool town. A couple really nice streets with some good stuff. Turkey hunt or bass fishing?
Ooh, turkey hunt.
Okay. This is kind of a leading question here. Chevy or Ford?
I'm a Ford guy through and through.
I figured as much. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Yes.
See, I don't know if it is.
I don't think it is.
I think it's just a hot dog.
Why is a hot dog a sandwich?
People call it a sandwich.
That's not a sandwich.
To me, anything between bread is a sandwich.
That's correct. I would say, but it's not really between because it's connected. It's kind of like a pita pocket.
Yeah, but it's still
between is on.
I get where his thing is.
But
are you going to say the little potato bun at Shake Shack when it's just connected right there a little bit? That doesn't make it a sandwich.
It's more of a pita pocket, probably to me.
No.
Between two pieces of bread, 2 pieces. That's only one piece.
My part of the problem right now is double hot dog in one bun. This is part of the problem of the way. Like when I go to a barbecue now, why would you put one hot dog in the bun when you can put 2 in there and you got a double hot dog? It's amazing.
I don't know though. Does that mess up the meat to bread ratio? I don't know.
It makes it better. I mean, then you load it up. Plus,
it's like double meat at Subway.
I actually just got a great question for you here, and if you've been here, and if you haven't, we might actually have you come down tonight. Have you been to New York System? Hot Wieners in Rhode Island?
What
boy.
is this?
Oh, he doesn't know what it is even. Okay, we'll post it, and we'll that way you can see a picture in Olneyville. It's a Rhode Island thing.
It's a hot dog made in lard, and then a guy puts rolls
all the way up
on his arm, and previously there was no plastic between
just dirt,
the hot dog roll and his arm hair. But it's made in lard. It's got a meat sauce with celery salt on top of it, I believe, and mustard.
The bun is kind of like wet. The dog goes in. Great dog, by the way. And then there's like a meat,
meat sauce,
almost like a taco meat
sauce, celery salt, and mustard
and onions, all in one. And then you get them. It's called all the way. So then you get, say, I want 3 all the way. They stack them up on their arm. They make 3 all the way. They put it in a bag. They last. Dan and I, we did 3 all the way, I don't know, a couple months ago. How long does it take us to eat them? 3 minutes? Not a minute.
Oh, no, you take them down, but it lasts for days.
The smell.
Is it an actual restaurant or is it like a park?
Oh, yeah, there's multiple locations
It's also open till 3:30 a.m. They have a window.
In Athens, there's this guy named Dirty Dogs, and he is a hot dog stand, and they're hot dogs. And after a night in Athens, I would eat like 3 of those things. They are so good.
Yeah. Late night drinking, come home and just pound. We had a guy named Cheech at Boston College. Sausages. Oh, God. It was just spectacular.
Yeah, New York System, when you're in Providence next time and it's late, we'll go to a PC game. And then
maybe we should do a hot dog eating contest.
No, my dad told me not to. He said, do not do a hot dog eating contest. He's like, that could go poorly.
You'd have to sleep downstairs after that because the gas. It's bad.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I do love. For days.
I tell you what, though, I can't even get out of the parking lot at New York System without those things being gone. They don't last till
so good.
Ever. Max, what do you have here? Do you have a couple questions?
I got a game, but I haven't tried it yet.
Okay,
so it could work and it could not work.
How long does it take? Because we've had them for a long time.
I know.
4 minutes, 3 minutes.
All right, I'm going to try sharing my screen.
Is it a share
Max
screen?
Is sharing screens. Oh, shit.
You can't see that. It's sports movie trivia. This isn't going to work.
No chance.
No way this works. I think you hung up on him.
No, he's still there.
No, I don't see it. I don't see it now.
It's not going to work.
All right,
it's not going to work.
We'll try it next week.
We'll try it next week.
Okay. It's not going to work.
Well, what do you want to play, Max? Well, what's the question?
It was with you guys.
Yeah.
Because you, Tip, are such a movie fiend.
I'm good at it.
Playing clips of movies, sports movies, and you name the movie.
By the way, I bet he can do it off of sound.
Yeah, but it's not going to play through the computer.
Okay.
Well, that's our issue. I was trying to think of that.
Super producer brutality on that game
now. You didn't really think that one out, Matt.
Let's just ask him this question then. What's your favorite sports movie?
Oh, man. I love Remember the Titans, man. I think that good. Just
left side.
That is what football is all about, and sports in general, right? Like it should bring people together, and doesn't matter race, ethnicity, religion. Like that's just what makes sports incredible. But I do love Tin Cup. I love that movie.
Mm-hmm. It's a great movie.
It's a spa.
That's a great movie. You know what's another? We usually have the same answer on this, though.
Is it working now?
Hoosiers.
Hoosiers is a phenomenal movie.
I'm not a big Hoosiers guy.
Well,
Really?
maybe is it? Are you too young for that?
I mean, no. I mean, yeah, probably.
Norman Dale at the end. Just I love you guys.
I'll make it.
I love you guys. Oh God,
I'll make it.
just goosebumps.
I'm buying. I gotta
Might
buy
start
that t-shirt.
bawling.
I gotta buy it. Does it work, Max? Did you get it?
I can't
No.
figure it
All
out.
right.
You
Well,
can't
too bad.
figure it out.
Hoosiers is a killer. That's that one gets me. And for love of the game
For love of the games.
and Field of Dreams,
They're all good.
they're all great movies.
What's the one with Latimer?
Oh, the program.
The program. Do you watch the program?
Was that
Seat at the table.
With,
Starting
Omar-
defense. Seat
Omar
at the table.
Epps puts his head through the window.
I don't remember that one.
Oh, boy.
Really?
You might have to watch
Wow.
that one with
Alvin Mack.
Yeah.
Kill them all. Let the paramedics sort them out.
Yeah.
Who's the
So it's
quarterback?
going to be
Kane?
perfect.
Something Kane.
Yeah, Kane.
Yeah, he drinks.
Yeah,
Stands in front of the train.
Hold on.
Badass.
What's it called? The program?
the program.
You know this.
Who's the coach? It's
He's an actor.
Kahn, James
no,
Kahn.
you know,
James Kahn.
No, I've never seen that. James Ferentz, who plays on the team, has told me I have to watch this because I would love it.
I
Yes,
can't
you
believe
would.
you haven't seen that movie. That's a killer. That's a great one.
Is Ferentz's brother Brian still at Iowa? Because he was with us at the Pats for a while. I think he's the O coordinator out there, right?
So, yeah, I believe he's still the OC out there.
Yeah. Maybe get him on.
Okay. All right.
Dave, tell me if you can hear this.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Max
It's
is still
working.
on it.
Chicks dig scars. Glory.
Yeah. Chicks dig scars, glory.
Yep. You know the answer?
Is that Falco? Shane
Yep.
Falco?
Yep, it is.
All right, we can play.
That one's right.
That's,
Okay,
the,
play the
that's,
next
the,
one.
that's the replacement,
All right, so
right?
you're 1 for 1. We're going to let him just answer. All right, he's 1
All
for
right,
1.
Perfect.
Is that the replacement or the replacements?
Placements.
Placements.
All right.
Yep. Play the next one, Max.
Oh, come on, Max. Jesus Christ.
I could barely hear that.
Play it again.
Yo,
That was
Adrian.
an easy one.
Oh, Rocky.
Hey,
okay.
come on,
2 for
Max.
2.
What do you?
2 for 2.
You went to the University of Georgia. Come on, step it up a little bit.
Yeah, what else you got?
I don't play defense. All right, you're going to have to listen to Mike on this, guys. Listen up.
I don't play defense. You're going to have to listen to Mike, Space Jam.
Honey.
I don't think I
Bill
would.
Murray.
That's Bill Murray.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have got that. 3 for 3.
Oh, there you go.
Major League.
That's,
Yeah,
that's
4 for
one of the
4.
best.
Good. This is a good game, Max. What else you got? You got any more?
Oh, plenty.
Remember, kid, there's heroes and there's legends. Heroes get remembered, but legends never die.
That's Field of Dreams, right?
Nope. It's another baseball movie. It's close. Younger kids.
Whoa.
Is it Angels in the Outfield?
Nope.
I don't know.
Sandlot.
Sandlot.
Yep.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You got another one, Max? Oh,
me out a winner.
great one. Easy one.
I couldn't hear that one.
Go pick me out a winner, Bobby.
Go pick me out a winner, Bobby. I don't know.
You want the actor? Robert Redford.
Robert Redford, yeah. He's
He hits the lights explode. The Natural. The Natural.
Come on.
I don't know if I've
Yeah,
seen
he's
that
not
one.
as big of a baseball. He said he stopped playing baseball in 4th grade.
He'll get this one. No
All right.
problem.
Clear eyes, full hearts. Clear eyes, full hearts. Clear eyes, full hearts.
Play it one more time.
Clear eyes, full hearts.
Oh, Friday Night Lights.
There you go.
I do Clear Eyes.
That's a
Tom
good-
Brady can't lose. I got that shirt.
Everything goes back to Brady.
One more, Max. You got one more?
Oh, this one.
From great opportunity.
Oh, Miracle.
There you
Okay,
go.
good.
All right,
All right,
end
all
on
right.
that
See,
one.
you got a lot. You got a lot of those.
That's a good one to end on.
Good game, Max. We got to show him the actual. Well, no, you know what? Sound is better than the clip. You're
Sounds
right.
better than clips. Clips
Yeah.
would have been
Too easy, probably.
easier to tell.
That's right.
There you go.
Okay.
All right. Well, hey, appreciate you coming
Yeah,
on, buddy.
good luck. Good luck this,
Thanks for having me,
this
guys.
season. We'll,
And we'll be reaching out soon.
this is what we need to do. We need to bring you. We need to bring him a Blackstone, so that way you can say, "Hey, I didn't buy this."
I'm sure he didn't buy the other three he has.
You could get away with a Blackstone if we just showed up with one.
Sure.
Yeah,
It's
we
free.
just I don't know.
One
where that
thing.
came
One thing about
He said he didn't know if he's going to get away with it.
wait, if it's free, you're not going to turn it down.
I will say the only grill I bought was the Traeger, which was a gift, which then I returned to myself.
You
so
tried to get rid of it.
I tried to get rid of it. So technically, they've all been free.
Yeah.
Do you kind of line them all up out there? Are they all like in a
No,
line?
so I have all my like Tomato Joe's, which that's a Georgia company. That's a great company, by the way. I have them downstairs with the Traeger, and then on my back porch, I just have the gas grill for, like, oh, it's like 6 o'clock. What are we going to eat? Oh, just go grill some chicken.
Yeah,
real quick.
I don't want to walk up the stairs, so he has them on different levels.
Yeah.
I just DoorDash now.
All right.
Well, like, the charcoal's for like go have a beer or sit outside. It's a nice day.
Yeah, take your time.
It's an event.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go. We do things
I'm
right.
with you. I'm
All
with
right. Yeah, we would appreciate a repost, get us some followers.
Oh yeah, yeah, appreciate it. We'll do that. We'll make sure we tell you how.
And then you young kids in social media nowadays.
Yeah, so we'll do the Blackstone. We got to get him some New York Onlyville system wieners. That will be,
and then we'll hook him up with McCabe.
And hook you up on a hunt, whatever hunt you want to go on.
That'd be awesome.
Those are the traits. Okay,
all right, brother.
perfect.
All right, good luck
Appreciate
the rest of the way of the off
Centers
season,
Club.
and we'll see you soon.
The Centers Club.
Hey, we're the smart ones.
Later, man.
Yeah. See you guys.
See ya.
Past Our Prime is brought to you by Squad Locker. Squad Locker is your one-stop shop for custom team apparel, delivered right to your front door. Learn more by visiting Squad